Hey friends, Mikester here, and we're going to do one of our occasional segments called Pause for a Cause. And I am thrilled to be here with Amber Shive. Hello, Amber.
Good morning.
It's really nice to see you.
It's great to see you too.
Hey, tell us about your family.
So my husband and I are here, we're locals, we're from Fort Worth. And we found FUMC probably about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And whenever we joined FUMC, it's a big church. I don't know if you've noticed, it's quite large.
I have noticed.
It's very large.
I've gotten lost more than
Really?
once. Yes.
I haven't yet. Hopefully I'll be
Good
okay.
job.
5 years in. And whenever we joined FUMC, we have two young kids. We have our daughter Lily, who's 6 and she started kindergarten, and we have Jack, who's 3. And we found a great place for them to plug in immediately. We came in on a Children's First Sunday. They fell in love with the Disneyland of churches whenever we walked in, and the production and the puppets and everything.
Oh.
And my husband and I wanted to plug in. Trevor and I wanted to plug in. And so he joined Choral Union.
Right. I get to sing with Trevor
And
every
he
Wednesday
loves it.
evening and
Yes,
Sundays.
Yes, and he thinks that's very special, and he absolutely loves doing it. And so I needed a place to plug in.
Right.
And I found United Methodist Women, and that has been my place, and it's been absolutely wonderful. And it looks a little intimidating at first as well.
Yeah.
There's 350 members here at the church.
I have heard, somebody has said that this is one of the largest United Methodist women's groups in the United States in terms of groups that are part of United Methodist Church.
That's absolutely true. But the thing I have to tell you about is those 350 women and any more that join are the most welcoming group that I've ever met.
Good.
And so from the moment I came in on my very first meeting, I knew that's where I was meant to be. Dorothy Hudson was the president at the time, and she welcomed us with a song. She stood up and sang a cappella, and it was that moment that you just realize there's something magical about this place.
Yeah.
And when you walked in that room, the rich diversity of women there, from brand new moms to grandmothers to great grandmothers, there's someone in every single stage of life. And they're constantly welcoming new members. Everyone is always welcome to be a member of United Methodist Women. And not only is there the big UMW, where there's the large group, we also have 9 individual circles. And the 9 circles. Yes.
So you get into a space and you just
get into
do
a space.
the ritual circle walking?
Not quite like that.
Perhaps not.
So the circles are smaller groups, and the coolest thing is that they're for different ages and stages. Basically, any stage of life that you're in or any age that you are, there's a circle already built for you. And let me just tell you, if there's not a circle built for you, do you know how open they are to building new circles? Very open. Very open. This year we got a brand new circle named the Rachel Circle, and they're for moms whose kids are going away for the first time off to college, and they have that empty nest for the first time.
It's a huge transition.
It is a huge transition. And then there's new moms, there's new married couples, there's people in every stage of life. And so not only is the big UMW completely welcoming and wonderful, and you get so much from all the experience of all these members there, but then you get to spend more time with people in your same walk of life, which is great to glean from them as well. And then our meetings. The dates change every year, obviously, with the calendar, but they consistently meet on the first Tuesday of every month for a very relaxed, casual luncheon. And usually for the luncheon, we get a great meal, great fellowship. We talk about philanthropy and what we're working on, and then we also get a great speaker. It's a wonderful way to fill your cup.
I bet it is. And one of the ways I've always heard that the United Methodist Women have been filling the cups of other people is through mission and outreach. You mentioned philanthropy a moment ago. Can you give some examples of that?
Absolutely. They try it every different month to have a different focus on the philanthropy that they're doing. Whether it's in-house, thanking our custodians and our staff and everyone here with intentional acts of love, or going to the mission and filling bags with food for local elementary school students. They try to go from every layer of our community, starting with our church and then spreading out as large as we can all around the area of Fort Worth. And they like to focus on women and children and help them fill their cups as well in whatever way they need it.
Oh gosh. And I just happen to have, there's an annual, it's not a soiree.
Not quite a soiree.
That's an evening gig.
It is. We have had an evening gig before.
Well, that's true. There has been a soiree.
There has been a soiree. But most often, there's just a big event.
And this year, the 2018 event was called Journey Through Faith.
Journey Through Faith.
And it's at Ridgely Country Club And the United Methodist Women kind of transformed the country club.
They
right?
really do, based on whoever their speaker is going to be. There was one year that we built all the centerpieces out of wood with stain and sand, and there were quite a few splinters in that room that year. And then this year, the room was transformed into a Western gala. Could we go gala?
Yeah, I
Western
think so.
gala. And the great thing about this event is, once again, it's fun. There's fellowship, there's faith, there's singing, but then also it's a great, great cause, because all of the money raised from this event, all of the money from the silent auction to the raffle to the heads or tails game, goes back to those wonderful, deserving charities right here in the neighborhood. We give to the Justice Ministry, we give to the mission, we give here to the church, we give to the United Methodist Home. And because of everyone's generosity and the fun of that event, we're able to do a lot of change, which is so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really makes a difference for others. And it's away from the church. It's also outreach within the church. I've heard you talk before about what one of the small groups in United Methodist Women, what they do every week for the 11 o'clock sanctuary service.
Absolutely. The Mary Martha Circle, who is a wonderful senior group, they go upstairs to the youth department every week and they fill those backpacks for the 11 o'clock service. They fill them with all of those fun things that our kids use in the 11 o'clock service to keep them engaged and entertained. And that in itself is just such a gift to have that every week.
Can I admit something to you?
Yes, absolutely.
I've tried week after week after week to get one of those backpacks during the 11 o'clock service. And you know what Mr. Mark always says? No.
How sad. We'll save you one.
Would
we'll
you
save
really?
you one. But you reminded me of something.
Oh, what's
One
that?
thing is, not only are the United Methodist Women welcoming to every single woman here in the congregation, and we always want more people. Please, please, please. If you want information about a meeting, you can go to the website, you can talk to the church office, or you can talk to the president. The president changes every year, but currently it's Lynn Cockerell. But one thing that we love at United Methodist Women is to have the United Methodist men come visit. At this event, our big event, we often have men coming to support because they
That's
don't want to
really
miss
true.
out on the fun either. I mean, you have a game with heads or tails. Why would you want to miss that?
No, I mean, to be able to stand up in a room of 300
Absolutely.
people and either put your hand on your head or your
your tail.
hand on your, not head,
Yeah.
on your tail. It's a great time because you get the glowing rings.
It's very
that
fancy.
I think it was just $10.
Yes.
And now Jan and I have decided that we're going to hold on to that ring
There you go.
and give it to our granddaughter when we go to see her next.
That's very nice. That's a very nice, bringing UMW to all generations. That's a good
Oh,
plan.
that's
But the men
great.
are always welcome to the lunch. We have great speakers every month.
That's good to
And we
know.
talk about great causes, and we would love for you to visit anytime.
That's neat because the church ought to be about all of us together.
Absolutely. This year we threw in a brand new tradition. Our whole theme this year was traditions from Faith, Family, and Fort Worth. And so we started a new tradition for women and children, but the men may be welcome in the future. And it was a ladies' tea and a little lady lemonade. And so it was the idea of continuing the tradition of giving thanks. And each member that attended, every person that attended, they wrote a thank you note to give to someone that has inspired them, to impacted them, to just a random stranger to brighten their day. And it was such a wonderful event, and then we're going to continue that tradition as well.
That's so great. What a good idea. And you know, it would be so easy just to talk to you for the rest of the day.
We can, right? You don't have anything else going on?
No, I don't have a life. However, I'm sure you have things coming up. And you know, Paul and Austin, there's a certain point where they have other projects to go to as well.
They are very,
so
very busy.
I guess we have to begin to say, thank you so much, Amber. I mean, for me, thank you for being part of our church, for you and Trevor and Lily and Jack, and for your mother, who is such an active part of the whole, your extended family and our church family. Thank you.
Well, thank you for welcoming us all here. It's been such a gift to have a home here at FUMC and for each of us to have our own little niche. You mentioned my mom, and she's going to be on the executive board for UMW
Good for
coming
her.
up as well. And she loves being a part of it as well, and she's found her place to plug in through it as well.
Wow. Well, she deserves that. She really does. And we want everybody to have a church home. So if you're watching this and if you think, gosh, I'd like to find out more about First United Methodist Church, about the United Methodist Women, please don't hesitate to contact us. Well, friends, that's all for now. And yes, this has been Pause for a Cause.